What if I told you that the reason you've been struggling to lose weight isn't because you lack discipline, but because your body is stuck in a constant state of inflammation? What if the fatigue you feel every day, the stubborn belly fat, the slow metabolism, the cravings you can't control, all of it traces back to what's happening inside your body at a cellular level? Because here's the reality. Most people are trying to solve a biological problem with willpower. They diet harder, they cut more calories, they push themselves to exhaustion. But the body doesn't respond to punishment, it responds to signals. And the foods you eat every day are sending signals, either telling your body to store fat, stay inflamed, and conserve energy, or to heal, burn fat, and function at its best. Today, we're going to break down 5 incredibly powerful foods that don't just help your health. They actively transform how your body operates. These are foods that reduce inflammation at the root, improve your metabolism, balance your hormones, and help your body naturally shift into fat-burning mode. And the best part? These aren't exotic or complicated. They're simple, accessible, and backed by real science. But before we get into it, if you want more deep dives like this, where we break down nutrition, metabolism, and real health strategies in a way that actually makes sense, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because once you understand how your body actually works, everything changes. Let's start with the first food, and this one alone can make a massive difference. Fatty fish. We're talking about salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, fish that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Now, omega-3s are not just good fats. They are essential fats, meaning your body cannot produce them on its own. You have to get them from food. And when you don't get enough of them, your body becomes more prone to inflammation. Here's why that matters. Inflammation is not always bad. It's part of your body's natural defense system. But when it becomes chronic, when it's constantly turned on, it starts damaging your cells, disrupting your hormones, and slowing down your metabolism. And one of the biggest drivers of chronic inflammation is modern diet. Too much processed food, too many omega-6 fats, too much sugar. All of this creates an imbalance, and omega-3s help correct it. When you eat fatty fish regularly, those omega-3s begin to reduce inflammatory markers in your body. They calm the immune response, they protect your cells. But here's where it gets really interesting. Omega-3s also directly influence fat metabolism. They improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body becomes better at using glucose for energy instead of storing it as fat. They also help regulate hormones like leptin and adiponectin, both of which play a major role in how your body stores and burns fat. And studies have shown that people who consume higher amounts of omega-3s tend to have lower levels of visceral fat, the dangerous fat stored around your organs. So this isn't just about weight, it's about health at a deeper level. And you don't need extreme amounts. 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week is enough to start seeing benefits. Even small, consistent changes like this can begin shifting your body out of inflammation and into a state where fat loss becomes easier, not harder. Now let's move to the second food. And this one is often overlooked because it seems too simple. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard. These foods are some of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. And yet, many people either ignore them or treat them like an afterthought. But here's the truth. Leafy greens are one of the most powerful tools you have for healing your body and supporting fat loss. First, they are loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that cause damage to your cells and contribute to inflammation. When free radical damage builds up over time, your body shifts into a protective mode. It becomes less focused on burning fat and more focused on survival. So by eating foods rich in antioxidants, like leafy greens, you're helping your body repair that damage. Second, they are incredibly high in fiber. Fiber plays a huge role in digestion, gut health, and satiety. When you eat fiber-rich foods, you feel fuller for longer, your blood sugar stays more stable, your cravings decrease, and stable blood sugar is one of the keys to fat loss. Because when your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your body releases insulin, and insulin is a fat storage hormone. But when your blood sugar is steady, your body can access stored fat more easily. And leafy greens help create that stability. Third, they are rich in essential micronutrients, like magnesium, potassium, and folate, which support everything from energy production to muscle function to stress regulation. And here's something most people don't think about. Stress and fat gain are deeply connected. When your body is under stress, it produces cortisol. And chronically high cortisol levels are linked to increased belly fat. So by supporting your body with nutrient-rich foods like leafy greens, you're also helping regulate your stress response. Now let's take it a step further. The third food is berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. These might seem like simple fruits, but they are incredibly powerful when it comes to reducing inflammation and supporting fat loss. One of the key reasons is their high content of polyphenols. Polyphenols are plant compounds that have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. They help protect your cells, improve blood flow, and even influence how your body stores fat. Some studies have shown that polyphenols can actually reduce the formation of new fat cells. Think about that. You're not just burning fat, you're potentially reducing your body's tendency to store it in the first place. Berries are also great for your gut, and your gut plays a much bigger role in your weight than most people realize. Your gut microbiome, the community of bacteria living in your digestive system, affects everything from digestion to immunity to metabolism. An unhealthy gut can lead to increased inflammation, poor nutrient absorption, and even cravings for unhealthy foods. But berries help feed the good bacteria in your gut. They act as prebiotics, providing the fuel those beneficial bacteria need to thrive. And when your gut is healthy, your entire body functions better. Another advantage of berries is their impact on blood sugar. Unlike many other fruits, berries are relatively low in sugar and high in fiber. This means they don't cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. Instead, they provide a steady release of energy. So you get the sweetness without the crash. And that makes them an ideal choice for snacks or even dessert. Now, before we move on, if you're finding this valuable so far, take a second to hit the like button. It really helps the channel reach more people who need this information. All right, let's keep going. The fourth food is extra virgin olive oil. Now this one completely flips the old belief that fat makes you fat. Because the reality is, your body needs fat. The key is choosing the right kind. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and powerful antioxidants. One of those antioxidants, oleocanthal, has been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects similar to certain medications. And chronic inflammation, as we've talked about, is one of the biggest barriers to fat loss. But that's just one part of the story. Healthy fats like those in olive oil also play a major role in hormone production. Your hormones control everything, from hunger to metabolism to energy levels. When your hormones are out of balance, fat loss becomes extremely difficult. But when they're functioning properly, your body becomes much more efficient. Olive oil also helps increase satiety. When you include healthy fats in your meals, you feel more satisfied. You're less likely to overeat. And this happens naturally. You don't have to force it. This is what sustainable nutrition looks like. Not restriction, but balance. Now let's talk about the fifth and final food. And this one is often underestimated. Fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. These foods are rich in probiotics, live beneficial bacteria that support your gut. And as we touched on earlier, your gut is central to your health. But let's go deeper. Your gut doesn't just digest food, it communicates with your brain, regulates your immune system, and influences your metabolism. When your gut is out of balance, it can lead to something called leaky gut, where harmful substances pass into your bloodstream and trigger inflammation. This can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and a wide range of health issues. But fermented foods help restore that balance. They introduce beneficial bacteria into your system, helping crowd out the harmful ones. And over time, this can reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and support fat loss. There's also evidence that certain probiotic strains can influence how your body stores fat, particularly in the abdominal area. So again, this isn't just about digestion. It's about your entire system working in harmony. Now, let's bring everything together, because none of these foods work in isolation. Their real power comes from consistency and combination. When you regularly eat fatty fish, leafy greens, berries, olive oil, and fermented foods, you're creating an internal environment where your body can thrive. You're reducing inflammation, you're stabilizing blood sugar, you're supporting your gut, you're balancing your hormones, and when all of those systems are working together, fat loss becomes a natural byproduct, not a constant struggle. So instead of asking, how can I eat less? Start asking, how can I nourish my body better? Because when you shift that mindset, everything changes. You stop fighting your body and start working with it. Now let's quickly recap everything we covered. Fatty fish provide omega-3s that reduce inflammation and improve fat metabolism. Leafy greens deliver antioxidants, fiber, and essential nutrients that support overall health and stabilize blood sugar. Berries offer polyphenols that protect your cells, support your gut, and help regulate fat storage. Extra virgin olive oil provides healthy fats that reduce inflammation, balance hormones, and increase satiety. And fermented foods introduce beneficial bacteria that improve gut health and support your metabolism. These are simple changes, but they are powerful. And the best part is, they're sustainable. You don't have to follow extreme diets or cut out entire food groups. You just need to start making better choices consistently. So here's my question for you. Which one of these foods are you going to start adding into your daily routine? And if you're already eating some of them, which one has made the biggest difference for you? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you want to go deeper into how to optimize your nutrition, boost your metabolism, and build a system that actually works long-term, make sure to subscribe and check out the next video on this channel. Because your body already knows how to heal. You just have to give it the right tools. I'll see you in the next one.